Are we recovered from Mania weekend? We talked about the
No,
the, the brutal.
you can't recover.
You
I'm
can't.
you're 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 Jackie O in the back of the fucking of the Lincoln. You never recover. It just
Hmm.
when you go from like I get up whenever the fuck I get up and usually use the restroom, go down and have my ritual of getting some protein, some food, supplements, and all that. Then I usually sit down. By the time I sit down, the market's been going for a couple hours.
Mm.
So I usually look at the market for 45 minutes, and then I look at the news, and then hopefully I've used the restroom another time, and then it's time to start getting ready for my workout. And like today, I went to the gym at 3, got done at 4, like 4:15.
Hmm.
I was in and out an hour and 15.
Would you work
So
today, bro?
I did a little back today.
I'm adding some more bros to my lexicon. The fans
Got
like
to,
it. Would you work
got
today?
to back,
Back. Okay.
train back. So I trained chest on. What day did I train chest on?
But when you say you didn't recover from WrestleMania, are you talking like physical
No, it's
pain?
mentally.
Oh,
It's knowing that like I don't do the 3 hours sleep 3 days in a row. Like that just doesn't. There's no reason. I'm not in a combat zone.
mm,
I'm not fucking. I'm just it's too much.
yeah,
And though yeah, you're making money and you're doing things, and I the interaction with the fans is great,
hmm,
but it's just hard to. I mean, the Hall of Fame was late, and then
yeah, sure was.
the next day the signing was early, and then I turned all that around and flipped it upside down and turned it into a red eye, which to this day the lady next to me was probably, I'd say she was in her mid 50s. She's sitting on the window seat, 3D, and I looked at her. She was fucking around with something, and she said the lady came by, the flight attendant came by. I said, "Can I get you either of you guys something to drink?" And she says, "Double vodka with a splash of cranberry." I'm thinking like, "Whoa, that a girl?" Like, and I said, "I'll have sparkling water with lime if you have it." She
Yeah.
says, "Oh, you're not drinking." And I was like, "Man," I said, "I know that they call these brown eyes. I mean red eyes." I said, "But every time I land, I feel like shit. So I always consider these brown eyes." I said, "Man, the worst thing you can do is get off a brown eye and be dehydrated."
Yeah, true. When you were drinking, did you drink on flights?
Yes.
You did. Wine,
Yeah.
or you would?
Yeah. Wine.
Can you
And
get a
then,
good wine on a flight?
can you? Is it
Can you
good?
get a good wine? A
Fuck
good one,
no,
right?
no. But
Mm.
it's so cold that it's like drinking grape juice. It's
Refreshing.
yeah.
Now
So
you know you're booked for SummerSlam, so you have another marathon weekend coming up, Kev.
no, I've got I think one thing I'm doing with Fanatics.
There'll be a convention of some kind, right?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm going to pace myself.
We shall
Plus,
see.
it's in New York, so it's in my time zone.
Well, that's true too. You don't have the lag. Get a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
You
pick up 3 hours to turn around and 3.5 is
Hmm.
not not good.
Yeah, I hear you. Is it the without going into detail, the money is that the driving factor? I know meeting fans is fun while you're doing it, but then like you got to go upstairs and go, Jesus Christ, I don't have enough time to sleep. Like what gets you through that? Are you just thinking of a figure, a dollar figure?
Well, I mean, you want to do a dollar figure because you like. I looked at like two different portfolios. I looked at what um, they had lost since.
Wait, the market's in trouble?
No, I mean this is Biden's market,
Oh, right, the
the
first,
old
right.
market. That Trump's GDP of minus 1.2. That first quarter wasn't his. He wasn't in
Right.
office for that. But the yeah. So I
You were looking at
figured,
what you lost and
and I said, let me go and make that back. So that was my goal, was to make that money back.
for anyone that doesn't know that is not asked to go sign their name on something for money, what's the how do you know what you're making when you go out? Is it
No,
dependent on the line?
it depends on, yeah. And then we did, we bring the cube and everything else. So we, at the end of it, and we did probably 70 or 75% of what we did was on plastic
When you say plastic?
credit cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so we,
little
yeah,
square gimmick, right?
yeah, so we ran square, and then that way there, all that money goes directly to, is wired to my corp, which makes tax purposes way easier. So,
What about are you just discovering the swiping of the credit card makes purchases easy, Kev?
well, I mean, no, it's just one more.
Stream.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't. I'm really not like, I'm not paying my bills. I'm not doing anything with this money. This money is just,
No, I'm
it's
saying a promoter should have given you a thing
no.
before.
No, 9 times out of 10, you go to these fucking arenas. They've got no Wi-Fi. The cubes don't work. Mick and I had a nightmare in Indianapolis, I think it was, where we couldn't get the cubes to work, and
That must have been killing him.
well, it kills
He
everybody.
likes that money.
Everybody wants to make money, and the worst, and then the ATMs are, they put $40 in the ATMs. Where's there an ATM? They're empty. Don't worry about it. So
Oh, they get wiped out because
yeah,
yeah,
they get wiped
yeah,
out. Nobody has cash.
yeah.
But I mean, I love just the swipe. I don't have to face bills. I don't have to do anything. Just swipe at the end of the day. Look at the number.
Right.
Write it in my book. Next day, put it in my book. Third day,
Do you have the ledger? You do the old gimmick?
I got my shit. Yeah, man.
Love it.
I still write my workout every day in my ledger.
You don't type it into your phone into some newfangled app that the
No,
youngins are using? No.
no. I still get a paper boarding pass when I travel.
Right. I'm always afraid I'm gonna lose it. You
I,
throw it out with my food or
I'm gonna put it in
something.
my pocket, and then that way there I don't have to fumble fuck with the one on my phone.
Right. Mr. Rock O was listening and or watching last week, Kevin, and he said, always good to meet you. Me and my son Camden came up to you on Sunday. I had already met you a few times on previous occasions, but wanted to shake your hand. You took the time to have a conversation with me, and I excused myself because I turned around and you had a line waiting for you. Thank you for your time and your straight up talk and being yourself. Hope you enjoyed watching WrestleMania from your hotel room, where you can hear the commentary while we watched from our $300 nosebleed seats. You remember Mr. Rock? Oh?
I remember his son.
Yeah. And sharing that sentiment was Monday War, who wrote in and said, met Kev at Wrestlecon with a few buddies this year. Holy shit. Was he funny and generous with his time? We left Mania with that as a big highlight. He might have enjoyed that more than the finish of the Cody match.
I, I, I'm just a normal guy, man. I just
Sometimes, though, Kev, when you meet your idols, or I'm not suggesting you're their idol, but you meet someone you look up to that you are a fan of, it sucks when it's a disappointing
But since
event.
this show, I think people know exactly.
Who they're going to get.
Yeah, they're getting Mr. Middle Finger. I mean, it's just no.
So much like the soup Nazi, they come up the proper way, they do the right
No,
thing.
but guys come up and most of them will like a lot of guys listen to the show, so they'll be in on a joke or something that we're constantly running. So it's just like this. The podcast it makes it way easier to
Break the ice.
and because they realize that you're not. If it wasn't for that, then you'd be the character they'd see on TV as opposed to the person they listen to on Monday when they're driving to work.
Right.
So,
True. The real person.
yeah.